Hey guys, it's Marsha with Marsha's Mind. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to go over something with you regarding this book, When Things Fall Apart, and signs that you may be an empath. So stay tuned. Hey guys, so today I wanted to kind of just say, hey, I'm here. Where have I been? If you care, and maybe discuss this book by Pema Chodron. She wrote this book, When Things Fall Apart, Heart Advice for Difficult Times. I wanted to go over this book and where I've been, what's been happening, and some signs you are an empath. So this is going to be a very long video. I'll try to break it up into parts. Okay, let's begin. So the first thing I want to do is I wanted to apologize for not being around. I think I've been gone for almost a month. I have been working on another channel called Chia's Crystal Blue Tarot, and that is my nickname, Chia. I don't know, for those of you who've been with me from the start with this channel, Marsha's Mind, it used to be called Chia's Ballet. That's my nickname, Marchia. Why? Because my name is Marsha, but it's spelled Marchia. And my family and co-workers sometimes call me Chia, so that's my nickname. So I just made a totally different channel for tarot reading. I didn't put it on this channel because I wasn't sure how many of my viewers on this channel like that. I know I was brought up in a Catholic home. I was brought up, I studied with the witnesses, and in church it was always said, tarot is bad. Tarot is divination. That is bad, right? And that's a whole nother topic, whole nother video. I'm not going to even go into that. I don't like to speak of religion. I don't like to speak of politics and things like that, because I think we're all human beings. We all come from the same source. We all come from love, and I expect respect and love on this channel, and from myself and from people that I attract. You know, I would like to think that my vibe attracts my tribe. We are human beings on planet Earth, and I don't like divisive or division. Yeah, that's just, it's sad how everything's divided, and I know variety is wonderful in this world, but as I see it, we're all human beings playing on this planet together, having a we are spiritual beings having a human experience on this planet we call Earth. Okay, cut, take two. So anyway, I just wanted to say that tarot is very awesome because it's very inspiring and guiding, and you just feel so close to spirit when you're using this tool. I love it, and that's a whole nother issue and subject, but I'm not here to talk about tarot. Sorry, I just had to mention it. But anyway, I have been gone, yes. As you all know, I love talking about the law of attraction, crystals, spirit, God, just having this human experience as a spiritual being, having a human experience on Earth, and remembering where we're from the divine, and why we're here. You know, I like to talk about that. I like to talk about, you know, magic and synchronicities and just uplifting things to make you, me, us, we better people, better humans, right? Happier, I guess you could say. Not better, but just happier. And tarot brings me that. So that's something I was going through, learning that. But I noticed empathic abilities, empathic issues, I guess you could say. So let's just, number one, let's go over what an empath is, okay? And I'm going to get this off online, because there's tons of information out there. You can get books, you can get YouTube videos, you can get articles online, and they pretty much have the same signs. So I'm going to go over some of those with you now. Okay. So I've been gone for a while. I work in a very busy job where I'm on the phones all day, and it pays really well for the area I am in, and I don't have a degree. I'm not a guru. I don't have a PhD, BA, AA. I don't have any degree, right? And I have a really good job that pays the bills and feeds my family. So I'm very thankful and grateful to the universe for that. And it is very stressful, especially when you're an empathic person and very sensitive. So here are some signs of an empathic person. And I'm going to get that stuff online because there's no way I'm going to spout it out to you just top of my head. I want to get it right. So they do say highly sensitive people are empaths, right? And you may have been told this when you're younger. You're too sensitive. You're a pansy. You're a baby. Stuff like that. Now, they say there are differences between an empathic person and a highly sensitive person. But let's go over some signs that you may be an empath. You take on other people's emotions as your own. This is a problem. Because when you work in a call center like I do and you're on the phones all day, you're not only dealing with your emotions, but you're feeling the caller's emotions, you're feeling your coworkers' emotions, you're feeling the emotions of their callers when you can hear them. So when there's anxiety or drama or strife, it affects you as well. And boy, I think that's what was happening to me. So one day, it's been for 6 years, I always get sick that Sunday before the Monday. I always get sick going in. I always, sometimes, not always, but sometimes I'll be fearful of like, oh my gosh, what kind of caller am I going to get? Oh my gosh, let me keep my vibration high so I can attract the good callers. Let me keep myself happy, think of happy thoughts so I can attract good callers. I woke up and my car was running, and I think I went outside and I just stopped it from running. I turned it off, came back in the hall and sat in the hall. My husband was in the restroom and I was sitting in the hall, and usually I'm leaving about this time. My husband comes out, he sees me on the floor in the hallway, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like, what? It's like, I can't go. What? I feel like I'm going to lose it. I feel like I'm going to just lose it and break down. I don't want to deal with these people's issues. I don't want to listen to people's problems. I don't want to have to be turned on. I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to be critiqued. I don't want to have to be timed. I don't want to have to do anything. I don't want to do it. And I called in. I didn't go. I called my doctor. I said, I think something's wrong with me. I really need an appointment. And they're like, can you come in today? And I'm like, yes. And I did. And I went with my husband. That's how much I was like not myself. I needed my husband with me. So he went with me to the appointment. And he's like, yeah, she's just like broken. She's not, this isn't right. So I cried in the office, and he said, well, what happens when this happens again? I can't always take you off work. I'll keep you off work for a month. I can't keep you off work forever. And I know this. I know that, you can't go from one job to a job to a job, relationship to relationship because you're not happy. You've got to fix yourself and see what's going on inside. Sure, okay. But I'm not about to sit there and tell him I'm an empath, right? I did say, though, I'm very empathic. I feel other people's emotions, I think. And I read somewhere or heard somewhere that, if you're really truly empathic, you're not going to let that bother you. Well, maybe I don't know how to not let it bother me because I don't know if it's my own feelings or someone else's feelings that I'm feeling. And I think this was beginning to be a problem. Let me go over the signs and tell me if you have any of these signs. Okay. You take on other people's emotions as your own, like I was saying with the phones. They do say it's a classic #1 trait of an empath. And like if they aren't showing how they're feeling, you can you could tell how they're feeling, whether it's a stranger or someone close to you. It's crazy. Let me just go down the line real quick. Sometimes you experience sudden overwhelming emotions when you're in public. Like one time we were at dinner with a couple and everything was fine, everything was great. And all of a sudden I felt dizzy, I felt claustrophobic, I felt unsettled. I don't know who was feeling that or what it was, but it shouldn't have been me because I was fine. I was having a nice meal with people I like, with my husband. I mean, nothing should have been the problem. So I feel like I was picking up something somewhere else. The vibe of a room really matters to you a lot. Like you can feel the energy of the room. I think a lot of people can relate to this. I mean, you may have felt it. I know I felt it. We may have all felt sometimes you walk into a room, you're like, ugh. Or like, you're like, ooh, this is nice, you know, or a store or a house. You can feel that. So another sign is you understand where people are coming from. Not only because you can relate to it because you went through it, but you can actually like feel that, what they're going through. This reads that this is a core trait of an empath, even more so than absorbing the emotions of others. After all, empaths can learn not to absorb emotions as much, and some empaths rarely absorb them at all. But all empaths are able to intuitively sense what someone is trying to express, even when they're having a hard time getting it out. Empathy, after all, is fundamentally about understanding and connecting with others, and that's what it means to sense where people are coming from. Also, people turn to you for advice. I don't know how many times people have used me for a sounding board, which sometimes you think it's great, but sometimes it's like, gosh, I can't deal with this. I can't listen to people anymore. Let's see what else. People don't always realize how much of your energy it takes away from you to be a listener, an advice giver. I don't like giving advice unless I went through something and I know what helped me in that moment. But I'm not going to sit there and give you advice if I don't know anything about it. But I am a good listener. That's always been a trait of mine. I'm a very loyal person as well. Okay, tragic or violent events on TV can completely incapacitate you. I do not like to watch torturing, killing, bashing. I remember when we used to watch Brothers of Anarchy. That was a show I could not watch. Like, I'll watch an episode, but if it got too bad, I would walk out. Or some nights I would just skip because it was just way too, no, I wouldn't want that in my life. And then Game of Thrones. Yeah, I like that show, but you know, that just anytime a woman was being hurt or people were being tortured, no, I didn't like it. I would leave or close my eyes or just, no, I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't purposely look for movies like that or shows like that. And I remember when I was younger, we were watching Shogun. And I remember when the beautiful lead Japanese lady died, I was crying so much. It just hurt me so much. I was always like that. I remember that. And yeah, I don't. That's why I like Hallmark, because it's happy. I like that. It reads here, if you're an empath, it doesn't matter that a horrible event isn't happening to you. You still feel it through your entire being. You may seem to be living through the pain or loss of the event yourself, even if you're thousands of miles away, or indeed even if it's a fictional event. In a show, this reaction can completely be overwhelming at times. And they do not like watching violence or human tragedy, even if it's a movie that others find gripping. No, I don't like drama. I do like Sense and Sensibility, though. That one, oh, I love, from Jane Austen. So anyway, you can contain your love. You can't contain your love of pets, animals, or babies. Oh, and it reads, everyone knows that babies are adorable, like miracles, little miracles. Dogs and cats are cute. But for you, those feelings seem to be much stronger. You may not be able to help yourself from gushing over someone's lovely child or immediately crouching down to show some love to a puppy. Some people might find your reaction over the top, but for you, how can anyone not react this way? We had a new puppy, Coda. We went to get her shots, and I had never had a puppy, from a baby puppy and up. And when we went to get her shots, she would cry because it hurt, I started crying, you guys. I don't know where this has come from. I know my husband thought I was nuts. I know my daughter thought, oh my gosh, Mom, it's a little over the top. And I know the veterinarian, she felt really bad. She's like, oh honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I was just crying. Oh my gosh. Crazy. It's almost like I felt Coda's scaredness or her pain or her fear. It's like, why did I do that, right? Okay, so another sign you may be an empath, an empathic person, is you might feel people's physical illnesses too, not just their emotion. Guilty! My husband, he had a toothache. Yeah, 3 hours later my tooth was hurting. One time I had a headache and I'm at work. There's a wall, like a partition, not a full wall, but a partition for other desks, and my girlfriend sat way over there, so I couldn't see her. And I was like, gosh, I have a headache. And all of a sudden I hear her go say, oh my gosh, I have a headache. Isn't that crazy? One time we were walking and my arm was hurting. And I'm like, God, my arm hurts so bad right here. And she's like, mine does too. And we were thinking it's probably because we, sit the same way and use our mouths the same way. But it's funny because you can really feel physical pain. They call it sympathy pain. And it's really like true. I feel this. Do you ever feel this? I think maybe we all have felt it some time in our life. Maybe any of you. Yeah, you may be an empath. So this says it's not a gift that most empaths love to have, but it's also at the root of why empaths are such exceptional caregivers. Without this ability, they wouldn't be able to truly connect with someone who is in pain or get them just what they need to feel more at ease. And I hope that heater is not too loud. It's just really cold in this room, so I have my little heater on. It's not surprising empaths would be in roles as nurses, doctors, care providers, healers, therapists, counselors. Okay, number 9. You can become overwhelmed in intimate relationships. I don't think I've been like that. It says relationships can be challenging for everyone, but imagine how much bigger those challenges are when you can sense every little mood, irritation, or yes, even lie from your partner. And positive emotions can also become overwhelming, as if the relationship may engulf you. Wow. It says here, a cohabiting partner's energy is always present for an empath and can almost feel like an intrusion. Empaths view their homes as a sanctuary where they can get away from the constant demand on their emotional senses, and a partner changes that. This is so funny. I think my Oma was like this. I am like this. When I was little, I used to wake up early and be with her, and she didn't mind, and I know she didn't mind because she loved me so. But when I would visit her and she was older and I woke up really early with her, I could tell I was encroaching upon her time. This was her time. And that's how I am. I wake up early on purpose to have time to myself before my husband wakes up. I wake up like at 4:30, sometimes 3:30, just to have that time before he gets up at 6:30. And sometimes if he wakes up early on accident at 5 or 5:30, I'm just like, what are you doing up? It's like, this is my time. So I don't know if you guys feel that way, but now it doesn't really bother me. I love my husband. I don't care. But I don't know if it's in this one, but there's one like you like to sleep alone, and I don't mind sleeping alone sometimes, especially if he snores. I love sleeping alone. When I sleep alone, my part of the bed is the only part that's messed up, and the other part is like perfectly put together. I must like sleep like this when I sleep by myself. Okay, anyway, you're a walking lie detector. Sure, you've probably have been really, I can't read. Hold on, let me put my glasses on. Sure, there probably have been times when someone successfully deceived you, but even then, you knew you were going against your gut instinct from the start. The thing about an empath's ability to process even the tiniest social cues means that it's almost impossible for someone to hide their true intentions. Even if you don't know exactly what a person really wants, you know if they're not being completely honest or if they seem shifty. And you know, guys, I'll put the article down below, the link to it, okay? So, yeah, you can see past someone's facade. You can tell this person's not for real. You could tell, that person's probably doesn't really like me, or they're totally putting up a front. What a liar. You know, you could just tell. You can see through people. Number 11, you can't understand why any leader wouldn't put their teams first. I never heard of this one before. Let's read it together, shall we? There are plenty of managers and group organizers who simply don't pay attention to their team's needs. If you're an empath, this isn't your just rude, annoying. This isn't just rude or annoying, it's a failure of leadership. Partly, this is because empaths can make excellent leaders themselves, and when they do, it's always by listening to their team and uniting people around shared goals. Empaths tend to be thoughtful and attentive, making sure each team member feels heard. The result isn't just a happier group of people, it's making better decisions by getting all the information. Okay, cool. You have a calming effect on other people and the power to heal them. Boy, I've been told this a lot. Yeah. Have you? It's true, just as people seek out empaths for advice, they also just feel more at peace in an empath's presence. In fact, people often unwittingly seek out their most empathic friends during difficult times. This isn't something you can develop and use to actually heal people, in the sense of helping them work past serious emotional baggage and overcome unhealthy patterns, but you can't do so if you hide your sensitivity and empathy. You have to embrace your gift if you really want to make a difference. I get this a lot, that I'm very calming to be around, but a lot of times I like to be by myself, so I don't have to worry about that. No? Okay, you cannot see someone in pain without wanting to help. Yeah. You know, you see someone on the street, you want to help them, right? You see dishes to be done, you want to do them, right? Yeah. Can you walk past someone who's in need without wondering how you could help them? Do you struggle to turn off your concerns for others because they're... If the answer is no, not even when you're busy, not even when you're rushed, then there's a good chance you're an empath. Okay. So, there's so many different articles. I think one of them I saved, and I'm just going to find it right now. Well, anyway, I can't find it, but here's some other ones. You feel drained in large crowds. You have to sleep alone. You go out of your way to help people. You need a lot of time alone. People seek you out as a confidant. And what else? Let's see. And then you're just highly sensitive, highly intuitive. Like you experience the world through your intuition. Like you'll have dreams of someone and something happened to your mom. Like I had a dream of my mom calling out to me, and I called her the next day and she said yes, she was having heart pains and she was getting up in the middle of the night. Things like that. I'll have dreams about the kids. You need time alone. Like you really get drained. I like to have an hour lunch from my job because I get so drained. I like to be home and just chill at my house and just be at my house and just chill and recharge before I go back. I like time alone. I don't mind it. I got things to do. You know? Oh, your empaths. Empaths are targets for energy vampires. That's another along the lines that people go out to you to be their confidant, their sounding board. Empath sensitivity makes them particularly easy marks for energy vampires whose fear or rage can sap their energy and peace of mind. Vampires do more than drain an empath's physical energy. The especially dangerous ones, such as narcissists, they lack empathy and are only concerned with themselves, can make them believe they're unworthy and unlovable. Oh crap. Other vampires include the victim, the chronic talker, the drama queen, and more. Dang, right? And empaths become replenished in nature. Yay! Love nature. Empaths have highly tuned senses. Our nerves can get frayed by noises, smells, excessive talking. I know I'm that way. If it's too noisy at night, too much sound, like turn down the TV, turn down the fan, turn down some lights, or if someone's talking too loud, I'll have to move out of the way because I can't handle it. Or smells, like in your store, you go through the candle aisle or the perfume aisle, it's like, can't handle it. Yeah. You have huge hearts, but sometimes give too much. Yeah, I love giving. I love buying gifts for people who probably are like, why are you giving me a gift? I love it. What's wrong with that? Yeah, so some of those. But anyway, so I read this book by Pema Chodron, When Things Fall Apart. Roughly, it's about a lady. She left her first husband, married her second husband. Her second husband left her for another woman, told her while she's having tea at home, and guess what? She just totally becomes a Buddhist nun. So who's running away from what? Because I remember my doctor was saying, you can't run away from these things. You gotta confront it or change it or fix it, whatever. But yeah, really? Pema? Okay, she turned into a monk and never had a relationship again, right? I assume, because that's what a monk does, right? So don't quote me, I don't know. But I was reading her book and I'm thinking, really? She says basically to give love to people who's hurt you, and which I do. I understand that totally. I actually give love and light to someone who's being a jackass or who cuts you off in traffic, or I hear someone, killing someone on the news, and I'm like, love and light to you. And it's like you want people to have love and light in their lives because you want them to be happy. You don't want them to hurt people or themselves. And, okay, true. She says her husband taught her a lesson. That's great. But, she became a monk. That's not necessarily someone who's going to get married and have children. So it's like, well, who's running away from what? That's how I took it. It seems like I need to read it again to really get this. But I took a month off from work, which helped tremendously. I did things that I love. I still do things that I love, and I still think about things that make me happy. And I got on some medication that really helps a lot. I think it does. And I was just feeling like, like I'm not manifesting the kind of life that I want. But then yet I am. And I really believe that there's divine timing for a lot of things. And there's a lot of things, rejection is protection. There's some things I'm not ready for right now that my ego thinks I'm ready for. But my higher self knows what I'm ready for. And things will happen when they happen. It's always a good time when it happens. It's always like the best time. Divine timing is like the best time. And so if I took anything away from this book, I think I just took away that basically when things fall apart, you just have to give love. Give love to yourself and to everyone. And I also want to do a video soon on, what is that? Ho'oponopono? It's awesome. I remember seeing this video on YouTube about it a few years ago. And it kind of goes along the lines of therapists, how they say to think of a time in your childhood or in your life where you were super scared. Go to that person yourself at that moment in time and tell them it's going to be okay. I have you. I love you. I'm wrapping my arms around you. Well, this, I know this is going off a tangent. I will do a video on this. It's about telling you, yourself, your past self, your younger self, hey, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. It almost like deletes whatever bad happened, and it kind of brings your higher self down to yourself at that time and tells you it's going to be okay. I'm right here with you. And you guys, it really helped me a lot to be gone for a month. It really did. I can't give if my cup is empty, and I really needed to fill it. And I mean, I have a beautiful relationship with my higher self, with my creator, with the universe. I think I just got lost a little bit, and I felt pressured to be like this perfect manifester, and I felt like I couldn't give you guys anything because I felt like I was dwindling away and I was living someone else's life. And now I accept that I am here for a reason. I'm on the right path, and I'm seeing insights and learning new things, and it's pretty interesting. I don't even know if I make sense now, but if you want to check this book out by Pema Chodron, I think that's how you say it, Pema Chodron. Here, that's the book, When Things Fall Apart. It's, I think I want to read it again, and I'll probably go over it again just to see. But I read it in November, and took some medication. I had been having migraines like almost every day, and my doctor gave me like I think it's a beta blocker to help prevent them from coming, and it's been a godsend. Also another medication to help with my depression, because I think I had depression again. It was like he was saying, well, do you think you're bipolar? And I'm thinking, no, I think it's either I'm going through the change and it's my hormones, but it was just like this. Not, it was just too much like this. And I felt shaky. I felt like, I don't know, something was wrong. I don't know what it was, but I think it was too much of people's energy and just my way of thinking, and just like what my ego wants, what my higher self knows I need right now, and I just had to come together with me, my higher self. So I just wanted to say hello. I will try to make more videos for you, and I want to go ahead and talk about some crystals that I've been working with, and if you want to visit my tarot channel, it's Chia's Crystal Blue Tarot. I'll try to put the link down below. You can check it out. I've only been able to do monthly readings right now instead of weekly or different ones. I want to try to do different ones. It's a lot of work, and my camera, this little guy, this battery, it's almost like I can do maybe 2, maybe 3 readings and it dies. I have to recharge it. I cannot do the whole day. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, I am probably making this video way too long. I just miss you guys. So please leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you've been up to. Tell me if you have any of these signs about being an empath, these feelings. If you have any questions, what articles do you like? I'll try to put down the articles I read in the description below, and the book. You can find this anywhere. I think I got mine on Amazon. So, yeah, I will see you guys in another video, and maybe over on my other channel, because I still have to do January's reading. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Love you. Have a great day. Oh, and don't forget to like and share. Okay, bye.